Have you watched the Daily Wire? What is a Woman yet?
No, I keep seeing clips from it.
Amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And when the things I'm seeing about people, like Rolling Stone did an interview or did a review on it, hadn't watched them. So you did a review of a movie you never fucking watched.
Yeah.
And they actually have the receipts they posted. This is the reviewer who's talking about it, and you can see that he's watched 0% of the movie. Like, getting called out for your shit, huh, in the Rolling Stone? Goddamn dragon. Tattooed this dragon so many fucking times in my life. Seriously. It's probably like my 18th or 20th, somewhere in there. I'm just trying to think of all the different times I've done it. One time it was a full leg Shenron with number 4 right above his knee in his grips. Fucking so many times I've tattooed this dragon, and I love this dragon. He's a brilliant version. He's an anime version of a Japanese dragon, which is a lot of fun. But it's so crazy that it's like nobody's ever had me do the fucking Namekian dragon. Never. You know how many times I want to fucking do that goddamn dragon? He's so buff. He makes this guy look like a little bitch. He's like...
That's what I was saying. He's not all buff and Joey.
Yeah, he's
Prunk is fucking just like yoked and like
he's
massive.
Buff, and he's like 10 times the size of Shenron. Yeah, he's like the size of Earth, and Shenron's like a fucking ant compared to him. Yeah. Like, I got you. I've been talking this whole time. All right. Well. Sweet baby Jesus. Well, that's not annoying. Oh, man. A little too shallow. We need that needle to go real deep. Just kidding. Need deeper than that. I need more of a visibility out of it. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Shh. So did you watch Shorzy yet?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. He's so good at acting. You don't think of Wayne at all.
Nope.
People are talking about like all his mannerisms completely changed, and the way he stands is a little bit lower and a little bit. The way they shoot it makes him look smaller.
The fucking the scene where you see the underwater squeezer and aqua dump is so fucking funny. I was dying myself. Yeah, it was like a little excerpt where you saw basically dude's wife fucking with her hands on what's his face.
There's the turd floating.
And then you see the turd in the water, yeah.
I think I do remember that now.
God, it was funny.
I just wanted fucking drumstick ice cream so many times. And they kept having them when they were winning and stuff.
Sarah and I went to Costco the other day, and she's like, I'm getting a box of sticks. And I'm like, you fucking serious right now? She's like, yep. It was $6 for 16 fucking drumsticks. Like, yeah, let's go.
I'm going to do a rewatch when you have some available.
Yeah, I think I'm going to rewatch it too, because there's a couple of things like, seriously, when it comes down to it, the music alone is worth the rewatch. Whoever picks their music should seriously get like a really, an awesome fucking award at the end of the season.
I never watch end credits for anything. I just go to the next episode. That one I'm always stopping and listening to music.
Mm-hmm. And it's confirmed for second season already. Especially with that fucking ending where they're like, yeah, playoffs, we're gonna give them the lumber. Fucking so good. And like, did you notice the similarities between that and Slapshot? The three Native American guys, Jim, and Jim, are the fucking the brothers from Slapshot. Have you ever seen Slapshot?
Yeah, the Hanson brothers.
Yeah, the Hanson brothers. That's what basically the three Jims are the Hansons.
No, I thought they have all the Dutch brothers are the same name.
Dutch brothers. No, it's the three.
They played the other team that was like all the Dutch brothers.
Oh, sure, but I'm saying like.
The Hansons from the
yeah, the three Jims are their bruisers.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, hey, we're recruiting them from the fucking local prison.
You racist?
Yeah.
The way you said it sounds like they were in the jail.
Somebody did on TikTok. There's a montage of how many times Shorzy says "for what." God, it's fucking funny as shit. Oh, and the like after he asks a question. Fuck.
That's so good.
That show's amazing.
He cries every time they hear national anthem.
Yeah, that was pulled from. That's pulled from Slapshot as well. The Hansons would sit and like were really patriotic. If you ever seen the movie Slapshot,
Yeah,
like
I haven't watched it for years. I think I have it on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it for years.
there's a scene where the Hansons are bloody nose, busted glasses, and everything like that. And the national anthem is playing. The referee's getting all pissed. He's like walking over to him or skates over to him. He's like, "I want a clean game," and he's like, "You guys better watch your fucking, you better watch yourselves," and blah blah blah. And the middle Hanson just looks at him. "I'm listening to the fucking song," and like the ref just shuts the fuck up like immediately. It's so good, and that's what I feel like every time he was crying during the national anthem. I'm like, straight out of the Hansons playbook. Fuck, I'm so excited for the next season. But yeah, I'm about to rewatch it.
I burned through it way too quick.
Me too. We watched it all in like one day, and I'm like,
I was trying to pace myself, and
no.
I spread it over like 2 days because I just couldn't do it. I was trying so hard to like, I'm gonna watch 2, and then I was like, I'll just watch one more. Just one more.
Well, because I thought it was gonna be like a 13 episode season.
Yeah.
Like Letterkenny, but yeah. The part where they fucking find Jean-Jacques fucking
Jean.
yeah. When they find him like cheating on his girl, and they're like, "Oh my god, that girl's so pretty." Did you notice that the news hosts calling the game were the preacher and and the dick.
The one guy is the director, co-writer.
Yep.
Tierney or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, and the other one is the fucking. It's the dick. Right? Yeah, he's the Mennonite.
I think he's also, if you watch Trailer Park Boys, he's a white rapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. The funny thing about it is he looks just like one of my old coworkers that I sent, like with the beard and everything. I sent it to him, and I'm like, "You seen Letterkenny, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I sent him that. And I said, "Can't tell me this isn't Mike." And he's like, "How did I not see that? Now I can't unsee it." I'm like, "I know, right?" Like, I showed it to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, it is Mike." And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking warned you. Like, you can't unsee it now." Do some people shake more than others while getting a tattoo because I couldn't control the twitches of my arm? It is possible. Some people do shake a little bit more than others. When you're getting tattooed, sometimes your body has like an anxiety kind of thing where your body will basically just shake because it's trying to keep itself still. What you have to do is try to clear your mind and realize that the more you think about trying to keep your leg straight or your arm from twitching, a lot of times your body's like, "Oh, you want me to twitch my arm? Cool." So yeah, your body can just kind of do whatever the hell it wants sometimes. So yeah, just try not to think about it more often, and it'll help. It'll go away.
Also, talking helps a lot too when it's distracting.
Talking does help, yeah. Well, I mean, that helps. The reason I talk so much with my clients is because it also helps them with their breathing. Can't talk if you're not breathing. And it forces you to breathe. That's why, like, when I see people start to struggle, I just bring up, like, random conversations like, "Hey, what about this? What about that? You know, who would win in a fight, Megatron or Jesus?" You know, that kind of thing. Megatron, yep. There is a proper answer for that. Not that I don't like Jesus, but Megatron would stomp that ass. Pathetic human. I was watching a video of this one guy trying to explain how Superman couldn't stop a crashing plane because it just physically can't happen. I'm like, we're talking about a cartoon character, right? Fucking physics went out the window 20 fucking years ago when
like, so you can also like not stop it on a dime.
Right.
You kind of start slowing it down gradually and
yes.
like catch it. You don't have to like. Yeah, if you try to straight up stop it from the nose, it's gonna crumple in and around you. But like, I don't know. Yeah, they did it in like the Winston Superman movie where he crashes in a football or a baseball field. The nose just crumples like 5 feet a little bit, barely does anything. That's what people complain about.
I just think it's funny, like, you're literally trying to talk logic and physics based on a fucking fictional character, a hyper fictional character. Not just like, hey, this is Huckleberry Finn. No, this is like an alien born in a different world who comes to live on our world, and you're talking physics. Cool. At least based on Jesus' power scaling in the Bible. True. I mean, there's not much walking on water that can be done when you're getting chased by Megatron. And everybody's like talking about how the new Thor is going to be really good and stuff like that. And all I can think of is like, no offense, but they better give Jane cancer or I will walk the fuck out of the theater. Because there's no reason for her to have Mjolnir unless she has a terminal illness. That is the fucking point to her becoming female Thor. Make her have cancer or rewrite it. Did you ever read the female Thor line?
No.
It's so good. That's why, like, they need to follow it. Jane gets cancer, but she's more worried about Thor to the point where Mjolnir deems her worthy, finds her, rests in her hand, and she basically gets the power of Thor. It cures her cancer, but here's the kicker. If she's not in her armor, the cancer comes back and starts ravaging her. So I'm wondering if that's why we haven't seen her without the armor in the trailers. Like, maybe she understands that she's kind of trapped in that armor. It's a prison of good use. But we'll see.
If they do not make it cancer, then it's just like, why? Like, they take such good stories and they wreck them all for the movie.
Yep.
They rewrite it because they think it'll be better writers than the actual comic writers, and you're not. You're just not.
Yep.
But they think they're smarter than everybody, and they need to, like, change everything. It's like, it's always for the worst. It's never for the better.
Yep. Well, I mean, so I came to realize years ago when they started making the different movies, when they fired Edward Norton because he didn't want to have the Hulk the way that they wanted him in the Avengers. He basically was being an ass about it. He's like, have you read a fucking comic book?
Yeah.
Like, he's actually a huge comic book fan. He's a huge fan of the Incredible Hulk. And he was playing him right. Basically, he wanted the Hulk to be a big part of the Avengers, not Banner, Hulk. Because when Hulk joined the Avengers, it was basically about making a deal inside of Banner's brain. Banner talked to the Hulk, Hulk talked back, and Banner said, what do you need to go do this, because, you know, this could do a lot of good. And Hulk said, no more Banner. So he sacrificed his own humanity for the better good. That's why Hulk was basically the huge part. That's why we got World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, and all that kind of fun stuff, is because Hulk was fucking Hulk all the time. He was Banner no more. This is what Edward Norton wanted. Disney didn't like that, so they fucking changed the goddamn storyline and they castrated him. The Hulk that we've had in the past 5 or 6 fucking movies, Civil War, Ragnarok, Infinity, and Endgame. I think he was in one more after that, or one more in between all that. Oh, Ultron. He's all castrated. Like, he's got no more powers.
Yeah.
He's fucking junk. And so then I realized right then and there, they're not interested in keeping the stories that were awesome from the comic books, because they have to rewrite the movies so that they're awesome for people who've never read a comic book.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can deal with that. I just have to realize, you know, I just have to know that they're not going to do the stories that I wish they were going to do. Like, Hank Pym is the original creator of Ultron, not Tony Stark. Hank Pym was also a drunken woman beater who beat the hell out of the Wasp on a daily basis. He was not a good guy. Tony Stark was a belligerent drunk.
It's too dark for Disney.
Scott Lang is probably the closest they've come, other than Gamora, for, like, legit. Well, no, Rocket is pretty damn close too. They got a lot of the Guardians really good. Like, they were really well.
That's because Gunn read them all. Really.
Yeah.
He's an actual fan.
Drax is different, obviously.
Drax is a lot different, and so is Yondu. Like Yondu, it's not just a crossbow bolt or like a little like almost knife. It's an actual bow and arrow, and then he whistles to control it afterwards. Fuck, Yondu is one of my favorite fucking characters too. They did such a good job with him. That broke my fucking heart. Like, dude, he's one of my favorite actors. Michael Rooker is so goddamn good, and he did a phenomenal job. Edward was such a good Hulk. His Hulk will always be my Hulk. The Hulk that's in the Avengers now could die tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. Bring us back the Hulk we want to the Hulk that we deserve, which was Edward Norton's Hulk. Because how do you go from literally one-manning fucking Abomination to getting the shit kicked out of you by Thanos without the gauntlet? Hulk would have fucking walked away from that fight 9 times out of 10 against Thanos. And yet he gets murked by Thanos like he was doing nothing.
Thanos isn't that strong.
No, he's not. Not without the gauntlet. He's just a fucking he's a good fighter. He is strong. He's not anywhere near as strong as Hulk though.
No.
There's only been in a few incarnations of Thanos throughout the years of the comic books where he was strong enough to actually tool the Hulk. I mean, there was one version of Thanos where he was pretty much a god, where his morning coffee was waking up and drinking the penance stare from Ghost Rider. He's that strong. Which was broken. But then you have like some of the other strong characters. There was a version of Doom, like Doctor Doom, where he one-shotted Thanos like he was nothing. Just broke him in half. I'm like, okay, this is but when it comes down to it, Doom is more powerful than Thanos, and Doom is magic power. God, I would have loved to see Doom show up as like a teaser at the end of Doctor Strange, because fuck, you already had Fantastic there. Just give us like a teaser of Doom, and that would set up the next Doctor Strange for me, and boy, would that have been broken. Doctor Strange versus Doctor Doom. All day long, I'd watch that movie.
Still haven't seen. I'm so far behind on all the shows. There's just too much going on.
Yeah. I won't tell you anything about Doctor Doom, but yeah, I would have. You've probably already seen that Fantastic is in it from the trailers, yeah. But I won't tell you anything else.
How many times now?
I don't know if they're going to reboot it. I really don't.
They're just going to have him there and just...
They're going to multiverse him, so I really hope that we're getting a lot of true versions of the multiverse in their next phase. Like, okay, so Chadwick Boseman's dead, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out what they want to do about Black Panther. Well, I came up with that option of what they should do with Black Panther forever ago. All right. Michael B. Jordan as a multiverse version of Black Panther, where he got the crown instead of Chadwick Boseman. You would have a hero Michael B. Jordan, which would be awesome.
Everybody loves him anyway.
Yes,
great actor.
He's a fantastic actor.
Set in the universe and everything.
Yep. And just basically, like, and people, and have him come in right away as Black Panther, and then people want to fight him right away and say, you're not supposed to be wearing that crown, and blah blah blah. He's like different universe.
And like, if you're all politics about like the back end of it, like he worked with him, he was friends with him, like they had a relationship, like you know, it's an easy handoff since he's not here anymore. Now it makes too much sense to do something else with it.
And I don't like how everybody thinks that Wanda is like the end all be all. Wanda is a good character, don't get me wrong, but Wanda is a whiny fucking, for lack of a better term, a fucking Karen. Like, all she wants is Vision back. Boo fucking who? Like, cry me a goddamn river. Just because you're a whiny woman who hasn't had your robot wiener in a while doesn't mean you get to fucking pollute the rest of the Marvel series with, oh, she's the most powerful. Bitch, no, she's not. Gore the God Butcher would one-shot her. And that's like a scary fucking thing, is that we're getting Gore. If they nerf him, I'm gonna be absolutely sad. Because, I don't know if you know anything about Gore the God Butcher.
No.
He carries a sword called All Black. It's the most powerful sword in the known universe. It was created by the king of all symbiotes. It is a symbiote. It's basically a venom sword. It's stupid powerful. Like, it can knock Mjolnir out of the goddamn sky. Like, that's how powerful that sword is. If they nerf him, I'm gonna be so mad. How's it going there, Sarah? Hope you're having a good time at work. She is now working from home, so that's pretty awesome. Yep, she gets cuddle time with puppies, and she gets to work. And then, like I said, as soon as I get to go home, I'm gonna be packing and cuddling with my puppies and making sure I'm good for appointments for the next few days, which I think I am, but gotta make sure. And I also have to go through and answer emails because I am very behind on emails. Apologies to anybody who is watching currently that I have not emailed you back. Don't worry, love you long time, but I have to, I've also been packing a lot lately, which when I'm done packing, sometimes I don't have any energy for answering emails because some of y'all leave me some crazy emails. Like one of my clients, he's got a good idea, and I really wanna tattoo him. But he sent me an email with like 4 paragraphs. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, have you ever heard the abbreviation TLDR?
Yeah.
Too long, didn't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I kind of want to just send him that. Like, just send me pictures, pretty pictures of what you want. Like, I kind of don't want to read this. Like, my brain hurts even thinking about reading it. Or, did you ever listen to the comedian Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah.
One of his things about long emails was one of my favorites. If somebody wrote more than a paragraph, he would just answer back the email, sounds good, send. That's it. Didn't matter what it was. It could have been like, my grandma died and I have this going on and this going on and this going on. Sounds good, send. And that's it. Which I can see. Sometimes I get long emails and I'm like, fucking go write a book instead of emailing me. Please just write a book. Maybe in a few years, if it's a bestseller, I'll read it. Dot is a very cute coworker. Yeah, she is. I've had her as my coworker before. She's wonderful. There was during the time where we were kind of healing and all that kind of jazz with the house. I brought Dot to work almost every day. Mm-hmm. She loved it. She got to spend time with her papa and go for a car ride, and it was a lot of fun.
I would take mine more, but the one is super anxious about people and places. Hard to take my places.
Yeah, she likes people a lot. And she was basically she was the hit of the show at the tattoo shop. She would just come and lay down and relax. But then when people were there, she'd like comfort them. And Tug was the same way. When I would bring Tug into work with me, people really liked it. I would bring him to work every now and then. Yeah, husky. Malleys. Much bigger than huskies. Malamutes are about twice the size of huskies. Fucking love them. Big dumb animals with big hearts.
fostered 2 husky puppies.
Yeah.
And my friends adopted one of them. See them once in a while.
They always are. For the first 2 years of their life, huskies are absolutely batshit.
Apparently, like 2 months now.
Well, I mean, it does. Like when we were first gonna get a husky, there was this guy on the street that was just like, he was at the coffee shop down the street from Tiger Rose, and I said, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." And I'm like, "Yeah, me and my wife are adopting a husky next week," and he's like, "Good luck." That's all he said. And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You'll know."
Yeah.
He's like, they're a lot of work.
There's so much to do. The friends that adopted the one I fostered, they have 2 other ones now.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
Yeah, we went to Home Depot the other day for boxes, and then I saw rolls of packing tape right by the boxes, and they wanted like $20 for 4 rolls of packing tape. I'm like, excuse me? Like, what the fuck is this about? Like, that's like $5 a roll. Like, what is so special about this packing tape? It can't be like anything crazy. And I live right across the street from Menards, so I went over to Menards. 6 rolls of packing tape plus a tape gun. $11. Okay. But then I'm like, okay, do you guys have any bubble wrap? And they're like, yeah, upstairs, across the store. I'm like, nope. I'm like, why is it not next to the packing tape? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, maybe you should say something about that. I'm like, I have. I'm like, all right, cool. Just making sure, like, I'm not going upstairs for packing tape or for bubble wrap when the packing tape is right here. Like, I'll fucking just wrap everything in fucking tape before I'll go upstairs and get the bubble wrap. I don't understand that, but the wife and I have to go to Target today because we have a wedding to go to this Saturday, and I'm a fat piece of crap who hasn't bought any clothes in a while that aren't like shorts and t-shirts. Mm-hmm. So we have to go there and I have to buy like a fucking polo that I can wear and some slacks. Ugh.
I just bought some new shirts, but I definitely need some new pants. I have nothing that like you said, like actual dress clothes. Mm-hmm. Everything I have is just loungewear.
Yep, that's me.
I work from home. I don't have to, I don't dress up anymore.
Yep. And then I gotta grab some smaller totes because we have some keepsakes that have to be very, very, very well taken care of. And they have bubble wrap at Target, so I'm just gonna buy bubble wrap there instead. The puppy's paw prints that they took at the crematorium, and their envelopes with their fur and stuff like that in them. I don't want anything to happen to it. Mm-hmm. So gotta get some stuff to take care of those. It's gonna be a hard thing to pack up. It's gonna be, man, even thinking about it fucking hurts. Fuck, that sucks. Big old dragon.
I always love when TVC abridged. He's like, I am the eternal. Oh, what the hell? Who are you? It's always the same. Why is it you again? Doesn't everybody else ever do this?
So the Dragon Balls were destroyed how long ago? Like, they had to be like generations ago now. Like, the last time they were used on Earth was... Fuck, when?
When they stopped being powerful enough to do what they needed to do. Because they couldn't bring people back from the dead that were already dead.
Brought back once, yeah, you only get the once, and that was it.
I think why did they fix that? You get like 2 wishes, but you can do that for people. I only made them better when you could have remembered.
He,
That Kami made him like still split from Piccolo, so he didn't have full power.
Sure. Do you follow the guy from Epic Mealtime? He's like a amateur boxer now.
The big bearded one?
Yeah, Harley or whatever his name is.
I haven't followed him lately, I just remember Mealtime and stuff.
I saw a video just recently where he challenged Dr. Disrespect to a boxing match, and all I can think of is like, the doc is ex-military if I'm not mistaken. Like, you were barking up the wrong tree, dude. You're gonna get murdered. Like, the doc has like 4 inches on you, which means he's gonna have the reach advantage. On top of the fact that like he's ex-military and been literally trained to fight, you might get dead. Like, yeah, you're an amateur boxer. What is with the amateur boxers thinking they can take on like people who can actually fight? Like, fucking Jake Paul thinking he can take on people. I'm like, dude, you're only calling out guys that can't fucking fight anymore, that have been like put out to pasture a while ago.
Because they just trying to make money.
Like, if you watch the fucking fight with him and Floyd Mayweather knocked him out standing and kept him up on his feet. Like, holy shit. Like, he knocked you out and you were out. Gotta head out. Our first in-person department meeting in 2 years. Excited to see you Thursday. Alright, see you later, brother. Have fun. Tattooing. What am I tattooing on him this week? I think we're tattooing Makima on him. You're probably not familiar with Chainsaw Man, though. Makima is a hot demon. She's the mommy of the universe, or of that universe. Either guys go for her, or they go for. She's like the Android 19 of that universe. That's a good way to promote it for you, so you know.
18?
Android 18, yeah. What did I say, 19? Yeah. 19's not bad. Just a little manly. Which one is 19 again?
Oh, 19's the fat one. 19's the fat
Oh,
one.
the one that looks like fucking Chaozu.
Yeah.
Only
Fully grown.
fucking fatty. God, that's funny. It's a big old dragon. Yeah.
Do you watch The Boys?
No, I don't have Amazon.
No.
My friend Devin that was just on, he's gonna give me a patch to see his Amazon so that I can watch The Boys. That's that I'm interested in watching Invincible. I already pretty much know the entire story backwards and forwards, but I mean it's basically a take on Superman gone rogue. So I get it. Like I already understand what's going to happen. Like basically, Omni-Man's going to even probably, as far as I can tell, in the pieces that he sacrificed, he pretty much goes up against his own kid.
Yep. At the very end of the first season.
Oh, there's multiple seasons?
Well, they're only one's out now, but they're making the next one already.
Oh wow. Where can you go from like killing your own kid?
Not yet, at least. I think he just beat the shit out of him really bad.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I watched the scene where he pretty much kills their Justice League.
Yeah, that was brutal.
It's so grim because I'm like, okay, that would be kind of how it would work for our Justice League, except for I don't remember if there's a Flash in that kind of.
Remember now.
Because
they were weird. They were really, really knockouts. So they weren't like 1-to-1.
Right. Like there was a Bat, and there was like Wonder Woman kind of thing. And there was like Wonder Woman was kind of like a Wonder Woman Hawk Girl, and then there was an Aquaman, and there was an alien, like Martian Manhunter. But I don't know if there was a Flash, and that's the crazy thing. A lot of people will not give credit to the Flash. The Flash could solo Superman 8 times. He could literally keep going back in time and doing it over and over because the Flash is stupid scary. Like I said, a lot of people won't give the Flash his fair due because they see like some of the blunders that they did with the animated series ones. But Wally West is basically in the comic books, he is 718 million times faster than the speed of light. He can literally travel to the point of creation. Not cool.
Yeah, I just rewatched first 2 seasons of The Boys to get ready for the next one. I forgot half of it, like all the best parts.
I'm excited to see Soldier Boy come in.
He's just started to come in right into the episode I watched.
Because Jensen is one of my favorite actors, so I'm really excited to see him come in.
It's Jack for it.
Yep. And I guess I was watching an interview with him. There was actually a scene where even he was like, "Nope, not doing it." Like he had to do something that was real bad, and he's like, "Yeah, we're changing that one." Basically, he is Captain America,
Like super evil.
but not even super evil. Like just almost ignorant, if you want to call it that. Like still like in that kind of era where these people were sacrificial because of their color of their skin or because of like their political beliefs or their social lifestyle, that kind of thing. And it's like, holy buckets, like that could be a scary fucking situation to put on television. So who are the characters that are in The Boys? I know there's like a character called the Deep. He looks like the Aquaman. And then you have a Wonder Woman who looks like, what's her face?
Well, she's like Wonder Woman. Yeah, more like a Xena outfit kind of.
Yeah.
Her name's Queen Maeve. And Homelander is Superman. A-Train is basically their Flash. Translucent was the invisible guy.
Was dead.
Yeah.
How's it going, Skyline?
Then let's see, there was... What's the other one? I think it'll be first season. We had more people. We kept losing members. Different reasons. There's a ton of like side characters too, that are like minor heroes. It's like across the whole country. There's heroes everywhere. It's like every little city has their own hero. It's all marketing and all like it's like Disney. It's basically Disney having real superheroes to play with.
Sure. I saw the thing where talking about The Boys. Yeah, I'm gonna start watching it. I already know a lot of it, but so I already know a lot of the spoilers, so I'm not really stressing it. But I can never remember the actor's name. Espinosa, I want to say, is his like.
Oh,
the almost broker of them. He basically looked at Homelander and called him a bad product.
Yeah, that just happened the last episode.
Yeah, I can see that.
That dude, yeah. Homelander is just completely psychopath. Like.
Well, I mean, that's happened before with Superman, where he basically just went off the rails. That's basically one of the reasons why Batman carries kryptonite in his back pocket like all the time. He's like, yeah, in case this guy ever goes off the rails, I'm gonna fuck his world.
It's like if Superman was not raised on the Ken farm and instead was raised in a lab by scientists. This figure.
Well, that actually happened in the Flashpoint Paradox. Have you ever seen the Flashpoint Paradox? What? It's so good. You should really, you should watch it. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's on HBO Go if you have it, or HBO Max, whatever the hell it's called. It's called Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox. It is probably one of the greatest animated movies of all time. Like, hands down, crazy. I'll give you the premise, and then I won't give you any spoilers about it. Flash decides to go back in time to stop his mother from being murdered. And it creates a butterfly effect that ripples throughout all time. Like, one of them is that this has been in the comic books as well. Batman's when they walk in the alley, the gunshot kills Bruce. Not the parents. Yeah. The gunshot kills Bruce because Thomas runs over to fucking Jack, the mugger. The bullet goes off, kills Bruce, and the guy beats the living hell out of the mugger while Mom is trying to resuscitate and take care of Bruce. And when Dad finally finishes beating the shit out of the guy, he turns around and goes over there, and she couldn't stop the bleeding, and Bruce died, and she like wipes the tears off her face, and the blood makes a smile. Mom becomes Joker, Dad becomes Batman, but Batman with guns.
I've seen parts of that.
Holy shit, is it good. It is probably one of my favorite storylines in the Bat universe, or in the DC universe, I should say, because wow, what a crazy concept that Thomas Wayne becomes. Basically, they call him like the thrill killer. It's fucking brutal. And like the Joker has like way crazy, since the Joker's a woman, she doesn't have like Harley Quinn and stuff like that. There's actually one of his one of her underlings is called Yo-Yo, and she's got like these like almost lightsabers on the end of their like Tron discs on the end of ropes, so she can like laser through while she's using a yo-yo. It's crazy, that animation. It's probably, like I said, hands down, I would put it in the top tier of all animation ever. The storyline's so good. Homelander is best character to hate since Joffrey and Ramsey. Okay, so don't get me wrong, and I'm sure this might change as I watch it, but everything I watch about Homelander, I already love him. I love him. I'm like, this is going to be so good.
It's so dark and disturbing that it's just awesome.
And I'm actually excited because Carl Urban is one of my favorite actors too, so I'm really stoked to see.
Like he always does. He's so good.
I want him to be in the... I actually want him to be Wolverine if they reboot Wolverine. Him, Kiso, or Tom Hardy are my choices. Anybody else, okay, fine, whatever, but those are my top 3.
Yeah.
And when people are like, well, Carl Urban's already been the guy in Thor and blah blah blah, I'm like, yeah, he's bald with a goatee. You give him hair and a fucking bushy beard like he has in The Boys, and he changes his whole outlook.
He pretty much looks like Wolverine already in The Boys, especially this last season. He's super like grungy and his hair's all over the place and beard's really unkempt.
I like the scene that I've seen where he picks up the superpowered baby and just starts fucking lasering with the.
good baby or good baby.
Oh, God, that's so fucked up.
Or diabolical, at least it's awesome. That part was great. He's like, just hold on a minute. He yanks the incubator towards him from the power cord and grabs the baby out and cuts guys in half. Ugh. It's like that in Invincible. It's like if superheroes were actually real and they have that much power, like what they would do to normal humans when they fight them. Just, yeah. Because every time you see anybody else like punch a guy across the room and they hit like the wall and they still are not dead completely, like
Right.
It's like that's not what happened if Superman punched you and you flew across the room into a brick wall.
Well, there's a scene, I want to say it's in the Injustice cartoon series, where Batman actually punches Superman full on, and it breaks like 4 bones in his hand. He's like, let me look at that, and he's like, it's a maraca. I'm like, holy shit, Superman's not pulling punches today. Is he doing the whole Dragon Ball sleeve in the future? So if you can't see it, yeah, so he's got Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, and then Trunks on the back. So yeah, you can't see all of it right now, but yeah, he's this will be half sleeve. I don't think he's going forearms.
It started as a quarter sleeve.
Started as a, yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Huh, never opened it. All right. How you doing today, Zara? How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are all having a good day today. Some of my colors, I'm super excited to switch them out because of the bottles being like, so the company that I'm switching from is Eternal over to Industry, because the ink bottles keep clogging on Eternal, and Industry I've never had a single clog yet. It's pretty nice to not have clogs. So I have to say they're a damn good product. So are you officially done on Twitch now? I think I might be. I don't know. I'm actually. It sounds kind of heartbreaking for me to say it, but I may be done streaming. Like, I really like streaming. I think it's a lot of fun, but at the same time, there's very little payoff. And I'm not talking about money. I don't care about the money. It's payoff wise of, it just feels like sometimes I'm here for no one to even say hello. Like, for the past few streams, I've seen people who pop in, check progress, then leave. You know, and the other day I had it where I was here for, I was on stream for 2.5 hours and not a single soul. That kind of sucks. And it's not gonna be a poor me kind of situation. It's just, it kind of sucks when I feel like, you know, maybe my time should be better spent somewhere else. Sometimes it just be like that. We'll chase those unstick it. Yeah, I don't know. One of my clients the other day, they suggested, well, why don't you start streaming to YouTube? It's not a bad idea, except for I hate not YouTube, Instagram. I fucking hate Mark Zuckerberg. Like, I want to punch that little prick in his face all day long. Like, if I could pay $1,000 to punch him as many times as I could, my hands would go numb from the amount of impact. Ugh. Not even threatening, I just hate that prick. Ugh. Fucking lizard boy. Go drink some more water from the top of the glass, asshole. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's trying to drink water from the top of the glass. Blech.
Hard programming a robot to do that.
Uh-huh. I mean, somebody's sex robot needs to fucking go back in its box, because he sucks. I'm a fat, ugly kid. I'll be honest. I am so surprised that he has a wife. Like, how did somebody find him and said, yeah, that's the guy I want to marry? Was it before he got rich or after he got rich?
It's the first one he had. I thought it was from college or something. The movie? I know I watched that movie. I can't remember.
Yeah, but the movie makes that shit up, so.
I know, and that's what I'm like. I don't know if it's real or if it's from the movie or if I'm even remembering the movie because it's been so long.
And like he wrote Facebook literally to get girls. Like, that kind of shows desperation there, dude. If you have to write an app to meet girls, fucking go touch some grass. There's probably, people out there that you could meet that have like interests. Nope, I'm gonna make a program, sell it to millions of people, and then getting in good with where I can actually control things that happen in Congress and the Senate based on my fucking business. Blech. Do get some good laughs from your stream. I hope so. Meanwhile, I'm still single. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I get it. Fucking, this feels bad, man. Is that an emote that's not coming up? Quit being single. Go out and, start hooking. You'll find a man or a woman or whatever. And now I didn't tell you to break the law. I just said hook. You didn't have to make money from it. You could just sell yourself for, shits and giggles. They can't arrest you for selling for shits and giggles. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't quote me on that. Well, a guy on YouTube told me I could just sell myself for shits and giggles. Yeah, he was wrong.
Just film it when you're fine.
What's that?
Just film it.
Nope. Yeah, that's one of the things I've always wondered. Okay, how is prostitution legal?
Illegal.
Sorry, how is prostitution illegal, but porn is legal? You're both getting technically paid for sex. I really want to know why one is legal and one is not, and I'm sure that that, you know, somebody's got an explanation for it. I just don't understand it. Like, they're technically the same thing. And I'm sure that, like, one actually can come down to the necessity of, I need money.
They both need money.
It's true. They both need money.
I'm sure there's some like artistic performance, something that you can get by filming it.
If that's art, man, I'm in the wrong field. It's like I have a couple of clients who are dancers. Jumping up on top of dudes' laps or girls' laps is not dancing. Otherwise, I could be a dancer, and I have got no rhythm. And I don't think I would really want to be on a dude's lap. Maybe Santa Claus. But at least then I'm getting shit afterwards. Right? Santa Claus gives you stuff for sitting on his lap? Or is that just what he tells you to get you on his lap? I don't know how that works.
It's always
It's the lure.
old men with having little kids bounce in their laps.
You need a sugar mama? I'm sure. Who doesn't? Like, Sarah took a pay cut for her new job, so I went from kind of having a sugar mama to not a sugar mama at all. Now I'm like the sugar daddy instead. It's kind of bullshit. She gets to work from home while I'm at work. Who did I do my first tattoo on? My mother. First a lot of grapefruit, and then my mom. And she still wears it to this day. She loves that tattoo. Which weirds me out because it's not that awesome. And she won't let me fix it. She's like, nope, I got your first one. Not touching me. It is true. Like when I was tattooing or learning how to tattoo, I bought a whole bunch of fruit because you can tattoo apples, grapefruits, honeydew melons. So I bought a bunch of fruit and I tattooed it all. And my mom was like, basically I was on the kitchen table like practicing on a honeydew melon, and she walked up and she moved the honeydew melon aside, and she's like, okay, time for a real one. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready. She's like, nope, we're doing it. And that was it. The rest is history. 26 years ago. You know, the crazy thing about it is I rarely get to fucking do a colored version of Shenron. Mm-hmm. I think I've colored maybe one other. Most people just get it in black and gray, which is weird to me, but it is what it is.
I'm not sure what they were going for it. It wasn't going on with all this stuff. I just did them standalone. Probably still in colors though.
You excited for the state fair?
Not sure if I'll go with you. I know you go way more than I do.
What do you mean you're not sure if you're gonna go? Like, get out of Minnesota if you don't go to the fair. Fucking move your shit. Make room for somebody else. Don't go to the state fair. Psh. Do some artists charge extra if they make their client a design? Actually, sometimes I charge less. If I get to... If they make their client a design... So, like... Try to rephrase that. What do you mean? Like, do I charge extra if I have to draw the design from scratch? No. If I get to draw the design from scratch, a lot of times I'll charge less because I get to do everything. You don't get a choice in the matter? Cool. Your price just went down because I get to do what I want instead of the bullshit that most people want. I get people who are like, who micromanage the living shit out of their tattoo, and it's like, stop. Like, if you don't want me to do your tattoo, you can just say it, and we can call it a day. You can walk out of the room right now. But when you start micromanaging what I'm doing, again, I was telling Jordan at the beginning, like, I'll give you the machine until you get the, like, you do the job, or get the fuck out. Like I don't want to fucking do your tattoo anymore because you're trying to tell me how to do my job. Like, I'm not some newbie that just started doing this a week ago. You came to me, I didn't come to you. So let me do my job, or you do your job, or you do my job. I don't care.
To be clear, I was the one complaining.
No, he wasn't. He was talking about it. That's...
I was going to tell you where to put lines.
No. No, if you did that, I'd be like, we're done. Calm.
Did you ever do the Nina one?
Nope, not yet. I really want to. Somebody just needs to bite the bullet and take one for the team and get it. It's either that or I get to do the Nina and
Didn't Frieza owe you it or something?
what's that?
Didn't Frieza was a bet?
Not Frieza. Luke lost a bet, and he owes me half his leg. But I think if I make Luke get it, I'm gonna do the dog and the girl doing the Dragon Ball Fusion dance instead. I have a T-shirt with that exact design on it. It's fucking amazing.
Would you have her complete underneath it? Like, would you make it okay?
No, it's just basically it's just this part. Yeah. Because everybody knows what that dance is. Like, fuck yeah, I'm doing that.
Super deep cut.
Yeah, I was wondering because I got one tattoo and brought what I wanted and didn't ask them to make a design. If you brought what you wanted, you basically got charged, as accordingly. They basically looked at your design and figured out what they wanted to charge, basically based on how difficult the design was going to be or whatever. But if you look at like my Instagram, I have tattoos that are in my folder that are called wanna-dos. most tattoo artists actually have something similar to that, whether it's a book or an online portfolio of like things that they want to do. And a lot of times they're going to charge way less for you to pick one of those because they want to do those so bad that sometimes they will discount them. Not all the time, but hey, if you get a discount, then awesome. If you don't, cool. At least you ended up with a dope tattoo that they were hyped on doing. Like, that's a big thing for tattoo artists. If you trust me enough that I get to do whatever I want, I am so hyped on that design. If you micromanage it too much and you're like, I want this there and this coloring here and blah blah blah, cool. It just became a job instead of, like a fun design for me. You make it a job and it feels kind of boring to me. Like, I'm not going to put as much effort into it. I'll do a damn good job of it, but I'm not hyped about it. That's why I said a lot of times they'll discount it because they're so hyped on the design that they're like, fuck yeah, let's go. I want to get this done now. Like, there's a woman who just messaged me last night about getting a tattoo from Hunter x Hunter across her entire back. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm so excited about this. Like, she wants her whole back to be one design. I'm like, that is awesome, let's go. I want to do that tattoo soon. She doesn't get preferential scheduling, but I'm hyped about the design, that's for sure. And it's a design that I don't need to like futz with. I just need to schedule the appointment, sit her down, and get her done. I've been wanting a black clover tattoo since my first one. I got a DBZ, kind of a whole sleeve with different characters though. Cool. There is I'm starting a sleeve this month with Yami from Black Clover, Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Zoro from One Piece, all in one arm. Pretty stoked.
You got that sweet Star Wars with Dragon Ball Z tattoo too?
Yeah, we're actually working on him in a few days. We're doing basically the next image that's going on him is Slave One in space, like dogfighting Saiyan and counterballs. Fucking stoked. That'll be fun. And I'm gonna draw it, and we'll see if he wants to do it. But I want to do like Frieza's ship in the background too.
I imagine why you wouldn't. Is there a status or anything yet?
Not yet, no. He's got.
Frieza's not hit pretty good.
Yeah, he's got Vader's Fortress with Vegeta in great monkey form. Is that what they're calling it?
What's the?
It's a monkey too. When people say ape, I just want to slap them in their fucking dick. He's got a tail. Apes don't have tails. You can't call it a great ape if it's got a fucking tail.
Plus, Frieza comes among monkeys.
I know. That's why I said Frieza got it right. Everybody else is like wrong. That sounds dope. Are you gonna be streaming it? Yep, I will be. I'm gonna see what it takes to set up my OBS to work with Instagram. Maybe I'll try like one and see how it works. But yeah, we'll see.
We've heard you're watching in the long form on Instagram, I think.
Instagram has like people who stream live every day. Like they do like makeup tutorials, and I've seen tattoo artists actually stream tattoos on there, and like drawing sessions and stuff like that. So it's a maybe. I'll give it a shot. You know, like if it's a fun format, maybe I'll do it like sporadically. But I really don't want to give any of my time or money to the Zuck. Mark Zuckerberg. and you need a certain amount of people to of like followers to stream live on TikTok. So won't be doing that anytime soon. Plus, I'm wondering if TikTok is toxic, because if it's toxic, maybe I won't do it on there, because people say some fucking outlandish shit on TikTok.
Yeah, go through like stages of like being uncensored and completely free, and they slowly turn into like, you know, super monitored and controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we use it more, then we'll go back to the newest one.
Like, if Jordan here wanted to let me do a Ghost Nappa on him to go with this, I'd do it for free.
I'm super close to saying yes. I'm not even joking. Ghost Nappa. I was Ghost Nappa for Halloween.
Nice.
Or not Ghost. Oh no, you're saying Ghost Nappa. I was Nappa for the DBA, but
Sure.
I would definitely be Ghost Nappa.
I have a t-shirt design that I think I put online. I'm not sure if I think it's online though. And it's actually, I think I called it "Who's That Saying?" and it's Nappa holding a Pokeball with the lettering in Pokemon style, and like the blue thing where it was like a silhouette. And now it's like, who's that Pokemon? It's "Who's That Saying?" It's hilarious. When people email you to schedule an appointment and they need a design, would they be able to tell you certain things they want on it? And you would put together? Yes. Like, the more ideas you have, especially if I've never worked with you before, the better. But when I was talking with Jordan about this, when I get like an email that's like 5 fucking paragraphs, I don't even want to read that shit anymore. I just want to be like, nope, next tattoo. Like, I don't care what your reasoning is for getting the tattoo. And when people start like telling me their like life story in an email, like, I'm getting this because my dad was into anime and blah blah blah. My dad just recently died. I'm like, holy shit, stop talking. What tattoo do you want? So far you've told me nothing about the tattoo. Just, I want to get this because of my dad, and like, I think I was picked on too much in high school because I liked anime and yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, now, shut up, go to. Nice. Who's the little guy?
My buddy. He made our custards of the foam and everything. I gotta do that one thing where you're not so bad at this tattoo.
Did you buy the scouter?
I think you had to buy that one. We bought them. I had one too. I don't know why I don't have it on my picture. I think his boots are like women's go-go boots from Goodwill or something.
Sure, why not? If it works. There's so many people that like go like thrift shopping in order to like create costumes for cosplay, so why not, you know? You're getting the same effect. You're looking like your character.
That old brush trees that I've been like glued foam to. You can't spray painted them all.
Did you guys do fur belts or not?
I did a little felt belt. Like a pipe cleaner belt basically.
Sure.
He was kind of like Frieza Saga, so he didn't have his skill much on. We ran into a Goku at the bar.
Nice. Did you yell Kakarot at him? That would have been awesome.
I must have. I haven't had one of the guys for a while. We were all like, oh shit. Oh, is the other guy Vegeta? I know Matt, who's been on your Goku. Yeah, it was the first time I shaved my head for anything. I was like trimmed it really low, and I also trimmed my beard down to have the Fu Manchu mustache. And I tried to do November after that and just go mustache only. And growing a mustache with a bald head with like half the mustache already kind of grown in, and this is like Hitler. And it was not like a Hitler stash. It was just not. I gave up on that.
You know, I always think it's really funny that people immediately say the Hitler mustache. Why is it not Charlie Chaplin?
Why would you do the Charlie Chaplin murder?
But Charlie Chaplin had it before Hitler.
True.
That's like saying Jesus Christ looks like me. I look like him. You gotta go before. You can't just fucking say, oh, well, that guy ruined it. There's a lot of things that have been ruined. Why hasn't, like, certain things been ruined, though? Like, the Christian cross has caused many wars. We don't blame the cross, but we blame the swastika for the other one. It was around for thousands of years before Hitler decided to take it and bastardize it. Oh. Yeah, Michael Jordan had the Hitler mustache for a while, too. That was brutal, too. Seeing Michael Jordan with that mustache, it was like, whoa.
He did commercials with it and stuff.
I don't remember if he did or not.
I think he did like one Hanes commercial. And it was just like, like what he can do.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about like who killed how many people and stuff like that. Well, how many people did Hillary kill? And she's got commercials. Our current president, I know 13 bodies that he created. Funniest thing I ever saw him say though is like, fucking, he's like, it's not how many people vote, it's who counts the votes. That what came out of his mouth. I'm like, okay, you said the quiet part out loud, asshole. And the last guy who said that wasn't a good guy. He had a mustache too, and he killed a lot of people. A lot of people. Can't believe we're an hour and a half in already. Dang. Get it there. I wonder how many people have worn that mustache throughout the years.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Nah, it's not that bad.
It looks. I was getting looks by like parents and shit walking
Well,
around.
why would you cut off the rest of it?
Because I had to do the Napa.
Yeah, so why'd you cut off
I
that?
should have left that. I don't
Yeah.
know. 'Cause I don't know. I should have
At least you look like a creepy trucker at that
Yeah.
point.
like Hulk Hogan when he went bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to grow my beard back. I just gave up on that mustache. Everybody at my work was giving me weird looks, like I was some skinhead all of a sudden.
Ah, I wish people would get over the saying that shit too. Skinheads are not bad people. Now wait. Okay, so here's how it works. There are two forms of skinheads. A lot of people think that if you're a skinhead, you're an Aryan white supremacist piece of shit. Okay. Skinheads they basically took on the name skinhead way before the whole white supremacy kind of thing. Skinheads it was a moniker of being proud because dock workers were shaving their heads so they can combat lice because they were working on the dock. We had Haitians, Jamaicans, Europeans, English people, all that kind of fun stuff, but they had to shave their heads in order to combat all the lice they were getting. So they took on the moniker skinheads. How that got thrown into the whole white bullshit, so be it. But if you actually ever come across a skinhead who is what they would call a skin or a sharp, it has nothing to do with racism. Nothing. Sharp is skinhead against racial prejudice. It has nothing to do with white supremacy. So really, I wish that people would stop saying skinhead in a negative fashion because there are bad ones. I get it. But the majority of the people who would call themselves skins or skinheads are not racist at all. Yeah, if you look up the history of skinheads, and your brain will change a little bit because you'll understand that it was never supposed to be a negative thing. It's like when soldiers get called infidel, they wear it like a badge of honor now. They're like, yeah, fuck you, I got it. This is mine. I'll take that. But it's crazy because most people they hear skinhead and they think immediately, like you did, they think white supremacist. And had nothing, one does not equal the other.
Just trying to see which one's more popular in the common knowledge.
Correct. And but that's the thing is like popularity should not dictate the meaning of something. Okay, so there's a Korean saying that sounds like a racial slur, and it basically means like, let's go. If I say it, I'm Korean, all of a sudden you think I'm being racist. No, you don't know my language. So popular goes out the window because you can't just say that, well, it means this in English. Okay, cool. I wasn't speaking English. So go fuck yourself. English, isn't used everywhere in the world. Just like Korean's not used everywhere in the world. What's one of the other ones that always blows my mind when people... okay, so it's kind of a racial slur. You ever heard gypped? Real fucking ugly word. That's a really ugly word. And people use it all the time. How do they get away with it? It's popular opinion says I can say it and get away with it, even though it's a massive racial slur.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Like, again, it throws the popular vote right out the window. Because just because you can say it doesn't mean you should say it. And just because it only means this to you, it means a lot of other nasty shit to the other kind of people. So yeah, I don't believe in like society gets to dictate what the word is, because who's at the head of the society that gets to make those dictations? It's not just popular opinion, because if it was popular opinion, then I guarantee there's a lot more people who know like skinheads as hateful than there are that know them as hateful. It was a huge movement in Europe for years, for generations, to this point, like to the point where it's still there and has nothing to do with hate. The original skins, their motto or their like credo of life was earn your keep. So nobody was going to give anything to you. You were going to earn it. Like, we'll help you get started on working on the docks and all that kind of fun stuff, but you will eventually have to earn your way around, and that's it. Like, there's no begging, there's no social construct that helps you like with your funds or like child support or anything like that. You work your ass off and you get paid what you get paid, and you don't complain about it. You just do your job, and then you know it'll come back to you. Because, like, you know, then we go back to that whole thing. Popular opinion says the Christian cross is a good thing. But we should probably ask the people that have been conquered under that flag if they feel the same way. I'm pretty sure the answer would be no.
What are the thousands and thousands that got crucified over it?
Correct. But then, you know, the same thing goes for the other one. The crooked cross, and you know, I mean, how many people died under Xerxes' flag? Millions. Same thing with Kublai Khan, not Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan, and Kublai Khan killed millions. Like at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken,
like global warming, they changed like the atmosphere basically with how many people they killed.
Yeah,
you can see in like the samples, soil samples, like the carbon levels were either higher or lower depending on the people.
Yeah, at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken, Genghis Khan had killed 2/3 of the world population.
I think it was a third.
Was it a third? Okay, that's insane.
That's what I'm saying. You can see in like the amount of like the atmosphere change because of the people and the fucking.
That's insane to me that many people died within such a short amount of time. Because, okay, that means that basically he lived to what? I want to say like 54 or something like that. So and say he took over when he was in his 20s. In a 30-year period, he wiped out a third of the world.
They would just go, I mean, a lot of it was China too, because there's something from China, but they would go to like cities and they would just kill every single person in that city and pile them.
Yep.
They just had, their soldiers were just factory machines just killing people.
What's
Think about physically killing 100,000 people
right
by a sword.
Yep. Well, it's kind of the same thing with when you think about the Great Wall of China being the largest graveyard in the world.
Yeah, all the skeletons they just used for the construction.
For them, and their blood would make mortar as time went on. Like they would just throw them in as like, oh, you died, cool, push them on in.
There's more building material.
I mean, but then let's look at American history a little bit. Do you know how many people died during the fucking Golden Gate Bridge construction? Hundreds, I think. It was literally in the hundreds.
I wish it wasn't a thing.
Fucking crazy. Like,
safety harnesses and shit were not.
Yep. If a person fell into where they were pouring the cement for the footings, they were dead. The moment they hit the cement, they were already dead because they would sink so fast in the poured cement, and they couldn't stop the pour fast enough. They would drown in cement in seconds. That's nuts. That's so nuts. Yes, I think there's like a couple. Hey Google, how many people are buried in the Golden Gate Bridge? I wonder if it tells you.
I saw it do it.
Oh, it's trying. 35 lives were lost, and 11, but only 11. Prognosis was that 35 lives would be lost, but instead
they assume that people would die no matter. Like there's used to the losses in that during construction.
Oh, okay.
So they thought there'd be 35 that would die, but only 11 actually did end up dying.
Okay. I thought there was way more than that. Same thing with. You ever been to the St. Paul High Bridge?
Yeah.
Do you know that was actually Suicide Central for Minnesota for quite some time? People would. That's why they added the fence on the high bridge, is because people would use it to die. Because if they didn't die from the fall, they would drown because of the undertow of the current. Because it's Mississippi, so the moment you hit that water, if you go low enough, you're not coming back up. It's got a riptide that'll fucking just kill you, or an undertow, not a riptide.
It's like every fucking year there's University of Minnesota students that die in the river.
Yo, how's it going? Yeah, I wonder how many people have died off the... maybe we can ask Google. Hey, Google, how many people committed suicide off the St. Paul High Bridge? I don't know.
There's been one suicide from the high bridge. The rate has returned to normal, which is still higher than advocates want. And that was in 2017.
Crazy. I'm just gonna add a couple. I'm gonna add like a drop of yellow to that light green. I want it to be a little bit more on the yellow tone. It's too blue. A little bit more. Much better. It's just too damn blue. Much better. That's you, I think. I heard somebody sneeze.
Yeah.
that face in a second here. I'm just gonna switch needles, but I want to get this big stuff out of the way over here. So as I'm going through the different boxes and closets and all that fun stuff for all the stuff to pack away and everything, I find an Avett Brothers print that I got 2 of on accident. Sold it yesterday. And then one of my good friends came over and took all my comic books that I don't want. And I found an Alex Ross print Spider-Man that is really rare. Like I bought it in like 2006, so it's like super rare, like low numbered, the whole works. So I'm thinking about selling that one. And then I found, this is actually kind of a funny one, 2 Deadpool prints that I bought at Toys R Us before they went under.
Yeah.
So like never gonna see them again.
Are they trying to bring it back?
Toys R Us? They were. KB was trying to buy it, but that was before the pandemic.
Oh.
Now there's probably not going to happen. Because even KB is semi-struggling from pandemic, as well as just the fact that malls are dying.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amazon. You're awesome. And I will blame Amazon full on for that, because without Amazon, malls would actually possibly have a fighting chance. Not saying that it's just Amazon, but online sales in general, and Amazon kind of paved the way for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many stores at malls, I have no idea how they even survive at all when they're so niche and...
Mm-hmm. What did I hear the other day? God, I heard something the other day, and everybody uses it as a normal everyday term, and if they were to actually look at it, like the definition for it, like you would be like, holy crap. Fuck, what was the term? It was a weird term, and I'm like, okay, I know I hear this like every other day, and yet it's not used properly. It's like when people don't know the difference between literal and figuratively. It's like that. And man, it's gonna fucking plague my brain that I don't remember what it was.
There's something that people have no idea where it's from. They just have put them their entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the actual meaning behind it.
Well, like, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Mm-hmm. Actually has a real meaning. And it was, plague doctors would actually stand outside your window and stick a 10-foot reed through the window, and they would rest it on your neck so we could see if they could feel a pulse through the reed, because it would vibrate, and that would tell them whether or not you were dead or not, and then they could go in and take your plague infested body and burn it. So wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Like, holy crap, that actually has a real meaning. You know, we learned rule of thumb from Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
If you don't know the true meaning of that, look it up. I am not explaining it online.
Can't tell what the fuck can you? Such practice right under the wrist.
Mm-hmm. God, the blonde brother has definitely seen better days, but as far as Norman Reedus, he actually looks pretty good for his age, but he still looks like a greasy rat every time I see him.
He's been like Walking Dead character since way too long now.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy, like when he got added, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this character's not in the comic book at all. Like, his character did not exist. His brother did, but he didn't. He was added for quote-unquote sex appeal, and I'm like, the dude looks like a greasy, drowned rat.
Yeah, he's like becomes like the main character, basically.
Yeah.
I just saw the other brother in something.
What was Michael Rooker?
No, from Boondocks.
Oh, yeah.
He showed up randomly. I was like, oh, hey.
He does a lot of B movies now, like Sharknado and stuff like that.
I don't know, reasonably. Like, what's the boys or something? Patrick Flannery.
He is in one of my favorite movies, which is not the Boondock Saints, the Suicide Kings. That fucking movie is so good. Most people have never even seen it. Dennis Leary, Christopher Walken, Sean Patrick Flannery, the older brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
It was The Boys.
The Boys? He's in The Boys?
The Boys. The minor, washed up, kind of hero villain kind of guy. He's Jensen Ackles' sidekick.
Oh, okay. I just think it's kind of crazy that the writer of The Boys is the same writer of Supernatural, Eric Kripke.
Is it?
Yep. That's why they brought in Dean. Like, he's like, I got a part and it's just for you. He's like, okay. Yeah, because I was watching an interview and they mentioned Aaron Kripke a couple times. I'm like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? You look it up, boom. Well, same guy. Kind of like how, what was the one that the different thing that Kurt Sutter was trying to do? It was the bastard swordsman or bastard executioner or whatever it was.
Oh.
And it just tanked. I think it made it one season and it was over.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think I saw it, but I just didn't.
Most people didn't. Like I said, I think it lasted one season.
There's just too many shows I can't invest time if they're not gonna go past like one season.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many shows that have been canceled lately. CW canceled so many of its lineup. So they canceled Naomi after one season. They canceled Batwoman after its second season, even after or maybe it got third season. But they canceled it. That had originally had Ruby Rose, but I guess she was just a fucking chore to work with, and she showed up drunk or late all the time. They canceled Legends of Tomorrow, which is bullshit because that show is better than 90% of the Arrowverse they still have on fucking television. Like, The Flash is done. Fucking walk the fuck away. The first couple seasons were great. Anything after, I think, like season 2 or 3 was just like, stop. And I was a big fan, but once they got to like season 4 and they're bringing in like where they're fighting with like lightsabers made of flash speed lightning, I'm like, come on, just walk away already. You're ruining the fucking franchise, and it's only a couple seasons old. I love how Bluetooth is like, just decides when it's gonna be bad. Like, I am 2 feet from that Bluetooth transmitter, and every once in a while it buzzes out. Yeah, because it's supposed to have like a 40-foot range, but you know,
Yeah.
2 feet, sure.
I've gotten like across my entire house and like still works, and then like you like sometimes it'll just randomly stop.
Do you play Apex Legends at all?
No.
Well, they're doing an anime event pretty quick here, where they're giving skins to all the different characters. No. I'm gonna go back to that. They have like a Luffy skin, Sailor Moon. There's a Kaiju skin for one person. There's an Eva skin for another one, and one of the characters is Goku. So he's like orange and black with blonde hair and everything like that too. It's really fucking cool. There's a Naruto one, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for them to finally release it. Like the whole rest of them, so that I can buy the ones that I think are the ones I want to use. There's also a new Deadpool comic, or manga actually. It's called Deadpool Samurai, and it reads like a manga, like right to left. And it's pretty crazy because he grabs open a communicator that looks almost like a Game Boy DS, and he calls somebody, and then all of a sudden All Might shows up from My Hero, and like Thor is like a huge anime nerd. It's really fucking funny. Probably gonna pick up the whole series when it's done, wait for a trade paperback, or unless I just go to the local comic shop and buy, the 4 issues that are out so far. But yeah, I love when they do that kind of fun stuff. When you can play with Deadpool and make it a little bit more user friendly almost, because he's one of the only, I think he's like one of 4 characters in the Marvel Universe that's self-aware. Mm-hmm. Breaks that fourth wall and all that kind of stuff, like She-Hulk. I'm excited to see what they do with it. But they better keep her fourth wall breaking. But we'll see. I mean, a lot of the fans are really pissed off so far about what it looks like. Calling her that she looks like Shrek's wife, and what's her name, Fiona?
Yeah, the CGI was not the best. That was in the trailer.
And I guess they revamped the trailer, it basically got the Sonic the Hedgehog treatment, like the fans uproared, and they're like, okay, back to the drawing board.
It was I think I also heard that she was standing next to Hulk, and they used the Hulk from one of the other movies, so they saw the character model. Mm-hmm. And he looked great next to her, and she looked TV quality. So it's like a very obvious difference in quality on that one. It's like great.
Well, which is crazy because it's Disney Plus, and they want to try to promote the whole, they're trying to go with their diversity and their girl power and all that fun stuff. And that's great. Don't shit on it then. If you're gonna do it, make it worthwhile. Make people want to watch it.
Yeah.
If you low budget it, they're gonna be like, well, I'm done. Don't need to watch it at all.
Even on Kenobi, this, just how much did you pay for this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Where's all this? I've seen more promotions for it than I've seen quality in the actual show. They spent more money on billboards and little things than it's you could have just actually done a better job of the show, and people would actually like it more than just wasting your money trying to advertise. What Star Wars fan or who's gonna watch Kenobi that doesn't already have Disney Plus?
So one of the craziest things is, the shit that's bad or bad for you gets the most advertising.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm lying, look at what gets advertised to you and thrown in your face all the fucking time, and then check out the quality of what the actual imagery is. Like, McDonald's gets advertised constantly. Subway gets advertised constantly. Both of them are bad for you. But health food is never advertised.
Yeah. Your
local grocery store rarely ever gets any kind of advertisement. Like, I've lived in Minnesota my entire life. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Cub Foods ad or a Hy-Vee ad. Why? Because it's good. Like, you can actually go and get good food and create it at home. They don't need to advertise. The stuff that's good doesn't need it. And so when they keep pushing and pushing and pushing with like, oh, you got to check out this new Hulk or She-Hulk, it's like, you're pushing that an awful lot in order for me to say that it's good. And if I watch it and it sucks, I'm gonna yell at you.
I'm so far behind all the Marvel TV shows that I don't. It's almost like you only want to try to catch up.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, if you're gonna try to catch up, you got Moon Knight, Hawkeye,
I watched WandaVision,
and then you get Miss Marvel's coming out real soon, which does not look good to me. Like, I don't like that they changed her power set, but we'll see. Like, I really like Kamala. I think she's a great character, but we'll see if they changed her power set so much that she falls flat. Mm-hmm. I'm actually wondering what they're going to do with the reboot of the X-Men, because the writer was talking about how there'll be more music and dancing. And I'm like,
what?
Huh? Did you watch the same show as I watched as a kid? Because
dancing and what?
I don't know. Can you imagine like Wolverine dancing? You'd be like, no, I'm good.
Oh, Hugh Jackman does.
I mean, Hugh Jackman, yes, but Wolverine, no. If Wolverine dances a single frickin' step, I will walk the fuck out. I will uninstall Disney Plus and I will punch the next Disney cast member I meet. Like, you send this up the chain. Shit rolls downhill, well, punches roll uphill. Find your superior and give them this for me. And they're talking about a Joker sequel. And all I can think of is like, so did Joaquin Phoenix finally bite the bullet and say, yeah, he'll start doing sequels? Because he said he would never do a sequel.
I just saw the cast Harley Quinn for it.
That's what I'm wondering is like, what the fuck? Like, why is he doing a sequel? He said he'd never do a sequel. This is obviously a sequel. And I thought it was terrible.
I still haven't seen it. I downloaded it and then it's not working.
I thought it was like that. Calling that a Joker movie or a Batman universe movie just felt like a slap in the face. I thought it was really bad.
I was trying to think who they cast as Harley Quinn for. It's kind of a weird choice.
Hey Google, who's cast for the sequel of Joker, Harley Quinn?
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt, yeah. Of course, yeah. Hey Google, who is cast for the Joker Part 2? Joe Dirt. Zazie Beetz?
That's not Harley though.
Oh.
It's some white blonde girl.
I'm gonna say, because that's the girl who played Domino.
Is it?
Yeah, Zazie Beetz, that's the girl that played Domino from
Deadpool?
Deadpool 2.
She's good enough.
I didn't like that they kind of screwed up her power, but yeah. Like, her power is pretty much infinite luck. And they made her look like Barf from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Like, she was brown and tan and white, and
her hair
and her hair made her look like Barf from Spaceballs. I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, she was. I showed people pictures, and they're like, "That's fucked up that you would say that." I'm like, "Tell me I'm wrong."
Oh, Lady Gaga.
As Harley?
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
So they're gonna make her sing. They're gonna make them. It's gonna be like a musical Joker.
I will never see that movie.
That's why I knew it was something weird. I knew it was like some weird.
Well, she's from Jersey. She can pull off the accent, but fuck. God, this is what happens when you let somebody who writes The Hangover make a superhero movie. Stop letting people do stuff to our comic books. God damn it. Makes me so mad. Guarantee neither of them have, like, I don't think that Joaquin Phoenix has ever read a comic book, let alone a Joker comic. I wouldn't, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. But I don't think I am.
There's so many. What was? Or like the. I haven't watched a lot of Rocky episodes, but like, what if it was the Grand Inquisitor? Mm-hmm. Like, he's like, oh, I never watched Clone Wars or anything about him. I've never watched any of it. I want to go fresh with it without knowing the character. It's just like, do you just want to do you want any context for your job? Are you gonna look at anything, or are you just gonna make bullshit?
I think that's kind of how Jared Leto approached the Joker.
Yeah.
He just kind of like, didn't know what the fuck he was doing. You ever watch that TV show Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Yeah.
I watched one the other day where they had Leah Thompson on it. Leah Thompson is his mom from Back to the Future, and they told Ryan, what the hell's his guy's name? Ryan Stiles, that he had to play a scene from Back to the Future, and he's like, I have never seen that movie. Like, not once. He just knew that Christopher Lloyd was in it, and that was it. And like, it's really funny because he had to play it opposite of her, who's been in like 3 of the fucking sequels and all that fun stuff. And it's like, oh god, that was funny. Like, he didn't know shit about his role, and he still did decent. But that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen with the with all these Joker movies. If they do any more, like, they shouldn't have done the first one. The only thing that made that the Joker was the name Joker, Gotham, Arkham, Wayne. Nothing else was even close to any form of the comic book at all. It felt junky to me. Never watched it again. Oh, blue. I forgot about the blue for the spine. Turquoisey blue. Yeah, now they're trying to talk about like if they were to like do another Superman, like the fans are saying that Henry Cavill might be too old to pull off to play Superman again. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now or what? Like they're like, well, he's almost 40 years old. I'm like, okay, cool, because there's no stories about Batman or Superman when he's older, right? Like, yeah, if they're trying to do like a Smallville, reboot, Henry Cavill's a little too old for that. But if they're trying to do like Kingdom Come or Red Sun or something like that, holy shit, would they have a great character right now? They'd even want to make him look older for Kingdom Come. Fucking stop trying to ruin shit.
It's annoying when they have like such a good Superman actor and just did such shit.
They shit on him. Not only that, they fired him on his birthday.
They actually rid of him?
Yes. No, they fired him. Like they basically released him of his contract on his fucking birthday. Like, how awesome are you guys that you fired the greatest Superman we've ever had on his birthday? And I will fight that to the death. Anybody who thinks that Christopher Reeves was a better Superman, I will fight you bare-fisted. Like, Christopher Reeves was a good Superman for the time.
Yeah.
He was not a good Superman. Like, or he's not the best Superman, I should say.
How will this look like? He just
Mm-hmm.
fucking jack.
If he does Superman again, though, I want him to do like the whole arm reloading thing before he gets into a fight next. Like, that shit was so dope. Like, I don't know why. It's the dumbest looking thing, but it was like he's getting basically the shirt loosened, and people were like, looked like he was cocking his arms. I'm like, yeah, it kind of did, and I'll give it that. Like, that was pretty cool. Like, and he beat the tar out of that dude in the bathroom. God, that was a good movie. Did you see it?
I still haven't seen it.
Really good. Like, they did a good job with the last Mission Impossible. That was really fun. And I'm usually not a Mission Impossible guy, but that one was good.
I can't remember the last one I've seen.
It was really crazy because Sarah has never seen a Mission Impossible movie, and I took her to see it. And like, she's on the edge of her seat when the bomb is counting down, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, the bomb's gonna go off. Like, it'll stop at like 2 seconds, and she's like, how do you know? And I'm like, it's a fucking movie. Like,
have you watched the movie before?
I'm like, have you never seen a Mission Impossible movie? She never had. She'd never seen a single one. So yeah, she didn't know like the whole, trope of it's gonna go off. No, it's not. It's really not. It's just gonna make you think it so that the timer can keep counting down. Like, he'll stop it. It's Ethan fucking Hawke.
Have you seen The Northman?
No, I've heard it's got some weird reviews, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's like Hamlet, basically, but like super dark and Viking. It's good. You gotta go into it. It's more like an artsy, like art. It's more. It's not just a straightforward action Viking movie. But visually, it's fucking awesome.
It looks pretty on the commercials. So
There's certain scenes where it's just like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome on screen. I went to this on the theater. It's free on Peacock.
I don't have Peacock.
I was with my Sandy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Peacock. They have a lot of NBC. I think they're owned by the NBC Corporation, and I literally hate them. Like, their news sources are full of lies constantly, so I won't give them any of my money. But obviously, if yours is free, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah.
If you get like the little free stream player with your internet connection, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw one of the MSNBC guys complaining the other day. He's like, it really sucks that like people like the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and blah 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 have more followers online than we do, and we're supposed to be able to tell you the truth, and you're just getting fed lies, and it's like, oh wow, maybe if you started telling the truth, people would actually view your show. Like, maybe think of that real quick before you start spouting off at the mouth about how, oh well, we'll tell you the truth. When? fucking just you tell me when you're gonna start telling truth, and I'll start tuning in. Because so far in the past like fucking 5 years, I've heard nothing but lies and cover-ups and shit like that. Some of the stories they ran with that just spewing lies. I don't understand how they were able to do so, like, and not get defamation or libel or anything like that. Like, I know that CNN got sued. Remember that one kid at the Capitol? He was there with like his Christian high school group or whatever, Sand Camp or something like that. Yeah, he sued CNN and got like $2.5 million out of the deal. You know, because they screwed him over. Like, it was hard for him to find school and all that fun stuff. So he got him, and it's like you were lying. It was proved that you were lying, and instead of apologizing, you just paid out of court. That was funny to me. I'm like, yep, cool. Have fun with that shit.
That even kid that makes up more money off the story than they
Yep.
paid off to them.
If it bleeds, it leads. I don't give a shit as long as they got butts in the seats. And the crazy thing about it is for the past few years, they haven't had even butts in the seats. They're right. Like, Joe Rogan, Daily Wire, freaking Tim Pool. There's so many people who have a much more crazy, diverse audience than any of the news sources that are out there, because like even CNN, what was the guy's name? Chris Cuomo, brother to the freaking governor of New York. He got his job revoked because he was feeding him information on the governor's victims. He was basically, he had backstage information on and it was just feeding it to him. It's like, you know how much trouble you're in right now? Like, technically you should be in like jail for that. But yet we're supposed to trust them to give us the quote-unquote unbiased news. Yep, sounds right to me. Still waiting for that unbiased part to get, out there though. Shh.
That's all bought and paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, the news was the news. It was like,
Walter Cronkite puts in there.
it was like, this is what happened in the world today.
It's not opinion.
Yeah, there was no op-eds. There was no Rachel Maddow's or, Chris Cuomo's or who's the other CNN weird, huh? Tom Lemon, yeah. Fucking full of lies. Like, how do people seriously look him in the face and say, yeah, that sounds like the truth? Like, when he talks about, like, racism and, like, how okay, now, everybody, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say this because it was on the news, or his version of the news, but where he sits there and talks about, like, all white people are racist and then goes home to his white husband. What? Like, how does that work? You can't call, like, how does I want to know how Thanksgiving dinner works for people like that. Like, when you say some outlandish racist shit,
Probably just know you're lying,
and then you go home to that opposite, race and be like, oh yeah, I love you, honey, and blah blah blah. Like, I just want to know how that works. Please, someone inform me. I think this is why I need to stop streaming. I think my opinions are too far for some people. I think I'm just gonna get canceled one of these days. You're this, you're that. Like, yep, okay, cool. All right, almost done. We got ya, and then the white, and then we're finished. Because by that time we'll be at about 3 hours or so. I think we're gonna be good. And then next time we'll do the top portion. Because I thought this was gonna go quicker, but I forgot like how much of his body has to cycle in order for it to make it up. Otherwise, it would have just been head and then up and then like a snake this way. But I needed to cycle it because he doesn't cycle in a snake's fashion. He cycles in a dragon fashion.
Yeah.
I gotta quit drinking soda. Gotta drink more water. Hate water.
I use Gatorade to fit in between.
Gatorade. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. You're lying. Stop lying. Ow.
I'm trying to say this, you wrong.
And Veronica Vicky Valancourt let me touch her boobies, and I like that too. I like playing the foosball. How'd that get there? Oh, I don't know which one's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Like, Click is probably my all-time favorite. And people usually tell me that's weird because it's his, like, saddest movie. I think that's why I like it. It's like...
It shows his range for him.
Yeah. That, and then, what's the, another one that shows his range is, Uncut Gems. Holy crap, that's a good movie.
I need to see it.
And then he's got a new one where he's like a basketball recruiter.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Like I've seen little clips of it and it looks really, really good.
I've heard that he does like he does the stupid comedies to pay for the serious ones that he wants to fund.
It's kind of like that scene in you still got to watch Hustle. Is that the name of it? The one about the basketball recruiter? I still like the scene in what is it? Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are explaining that. Like, no, you got to do the artsy film to pay for the action films.
Yeah. No, your action films pay for the artsy film.
Yep. Yeah, Hustle's the new one. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's basically he's a recruiter who is basically about to get fired, and he basically wants more money, and he doesn't have a lot to show for it. Like, he's the guy who gets the team together, but yet doesn't get a lot of the credit for putting the team together. So he goes on this, like, he's got like one more run in him to try to find a good player to, like, kind of like, you know, make his name be heard. And he finds this, like, near 7 foot tall motherfucker from Spain, and it looks really good.
Oh, the other thing he said was that, like, all like the what were they called, the grown-ups movies? Mm-hmm. That was literally just to, like, pay for vacations to hang out with his friends for like 3 months.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, look who the cast is.
Yeah,
I mean,
all his best friends.
The only people, like, they were all in part 1 and part 2, and then in part 3. The only one who was missing was Rob Schneider, and because his wife was pregnant and she could have given birth at any time. So he's like, they're like, okay, so we'll write you out for this one.
Yeah. Well, like, if you get paid to do it, why not?
Yep.
Get your friends a paycheck and get vacations paid and working.
Yeah, I think he fought Stone Cold in the third one. Stone Cold Steve Austin and the werewolf from Twilight. What the fuck is it? Jake. I never remember the actor's name. He's actually, I guess he's good friends with Adam Sandler because he's been in like 2 or 3 of his movies now.
I forget his name either.
I hope he has a long career to the point where, like Robin Williams, where he can start doing scary roles next. Like, did you ever see Insomnia with Robin Williams?
I don't think
So,
so.
Robin Williams is a serial killer in Alaska, and Al Pacino is sent to hunt him down. But it just so happens that Al Pacino has pretty bad insomnia lately, and they're in Alaska when it's 6 months of daytime. So you can't sleep for shit when your brain doesn't know when to turn off. And it's good, and it's creepy as fuck. It's a really, really good movie. I like that a lot. That and did you ever see 1 Hour Photo?
I haven't seen it.
Basically, Robin Williams is the photo guy at Walmart, and starts looking at all the different people's photos and starts knowing, like, copying on their addresses and associating them with his family. And then when there's, when like he starts like showing up where they show up and stuff like that, it gets really like single white female kind of thing where he's just like, they're like, you need to walk away right now. He even played a really crazy serial killer in Law and Order SVU, and then in like when they finally got him to court, he represented himself and escaped their custody and everything. It was really cool.
In that part, my ex-wife loved SVU.
How weird is it saying ex-wife being so young?
No, ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend. I think it said ex-wife. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was 5 years in though, so I might as well have been married.
I swear you said ex-wife.
No.
Did you ever hear that Bob Barker was actually going to turn down the scene where in Happy Gilmore, but he was told that he was going to win, and that's why he took the role. Like, they're like, you and Adam Sandler are going to have a fight, and he's like not interested, and they're like, no, you're going to win.
Kick his ass.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm totally in. I saw another one where like one of those like little did you know kind of things about movies. You ever seen This Is the End with Danny McBride and James Franco and all those guys? So remember the scene where Michael Cera slaps Rihanna's ass and she like fucking slaps him hard across the face? Yeah. It was real, and the whole deal was he gets to slap her ass, but she gets to answer back as hard, if not harder, in the slap to his face, and he's like, agreed. Like, that's funny. Like, hey, I want to slap one of my favorite rock stars' asses. Okay, but she gets to hit you back. Okay. That movie's so fucked. God, that movie's fucked.
I haven't seen it for a long time.
The scene that is my favorite, actually there's 2 of them. It's the scene where they're talking about the porn about the porn mags, and he's like, all over my face. I want you to do it all over my face, like Danny. And then like Emma Watson is in the next room, and she can hear all of it, and then freaks out. You know, yeah, she thinks that she's gonna like get messed up or whatever, and then my other favorite scene is where towards the end where Danny McBride's been out of the house for a while, and he's got Channing Tatum on a fucking leash, like so jacked. Like, how did Channing Tatum agree to that shit? Like at all?
He's got a good sense of humor.
Wow. You're gonna be Danny McBride's bitch for this role.
Is that before or after 22 Jump Street?
Before.
Otherwise, I would have said he was friends with Jonah Hill at that point. But
he probably was friends with him either way. Yeah. Was Jonah Hill in that movie? Yeah, he was. He was the devil for a little bit. The one who basically got screwed by the devil.
I think he's in most of the movie.
He was. Yeah, he's the one who basically got raped by the devil in the middle of the night, and then kind of let the devil.
Yeah, I need to watch that again. It's been so long.
The fucking dick flopping in the wind. Oh, I don't know if I have that movie anymore. I might have it. If I have it, I'll probably watch it again. One of the other ones that I liked was 22 Jump Street, or 21 and 22. Favorite scene, it's always on, like, every time it's on TikTok I fucking stop and I just watch the whole thing. It's the scene where Channing Tatum finally figures out that Jonah Hill's been fucking the captain's daughter, and he's like, oh shit. And like Ice Cube looks at Jonah Hill, and he's like, every time he says that, it's another foot up your ass. God, that movie is funny. Did you ever see the one where Jonah Hill is the arms dealer?
Yeah.
God, what the fuck is that one called? But
it's not World of War.
No, that's Nicolas Cage as in World of War.
With him and the guy from Whiplash.
Yep.
What was it called?
But that scene where he goes to like buy drugs in the hood, and then he comes back with like the Uzi and just starts laying waste to the point. He's like, I thought we were having fun, guys. What the hell?
Something Dogs.
Dogs of War. Yeah. Or War Dogs, one of the two.
War Dogs sounds right.
Did you ever see the Dredd remake with Karl Urban?
Oh, fuck yeah. Awesome.
So much. That was the one we should have gotten in the first place.
Stallone has a special place in my heart because it's so campy.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Like, I get into like just how campy and shitty it is.
I like that Karl Urban was so genuine to the character, though, that he would never take off the fucking mask. Like until like he was like walking off set, that helmet stayed on.
Yeah.
Like, that's damn cool, because, and it was like, his whole reasoning was like, well, Dredd would never remove his helmet, so why would I?
I just rewatched it a little bit ago.
I forgot that it was Lena Headey.
Oh yeah.
As Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it always messes me up, the scene where she goes, where the empath goes into the mind of the criminal, and then he starts to turn around on her. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
The scene gets so gross so fast.
I guess I can't believe they didn't do like. I don't know what didn't do like.
It was planned. There was supposed to be a planned sequel.
Just universe, wasn't there?
Yeah, and it just didn't take off. Like, I guess the next one was gonna be him versus Judge Death, but I don't think it made enough in the box office, and they canceled it. I don't remember ever. I didn't see that in theaters. I didn't see it until it got on. Like, until it came. Oh wait, no, I didn't see it in theaters. I did, and yeah, it was great. I think I watched it 2 or 3 times since it was at home. But yeah, I just don't think it made enough money. I mean, movies get canceled all the time because supposedly they don't make enough money. Like, did you ever see Tron Legacy, the second Tron movie?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know that they canceled there was supposed to be a third movie off of that, but it quote unquote didn't make enough money. It made $200 million.
So it cost 150 to make it.
It cost 122 million to make.
Yeah.
Okay, so it still made 80 million profit, and that's not enough.
No. Because something else will make 200 million.
Yeah.
That's when nothing actually unique and new can be made, because they have to do established universes. They can't gamble.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because as a viewer, I rarely watch the established ones anymore. Like, I watch Pirates, I watch Fast and Furious. That's about it for the established stuff. I started Moon Knight, haven't finished it. Don't care.
Yeah.
I know it's established, and I just could give a fuck less. I still haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't want to.
That one's actually really good.
Well, Jamie Foxx is a racist, so for me, I'm not into it. He said some nasty shit during Django that I'm like, nope, I quit. You were one of my favorite actors too. I've been watching your career from fucking day one, and now I don't want to fucking see your shit ever again. But it's kind of the same thing with Tarantino. Like, he said some nasty shit. I'm like, nope, you're finished. Fuck your movies, they're in the trash today. I really want to see the animated sequel. So I've actually just saw a leak a little bit, not a trailer, but we're gonna get a couple of really cool villains. As far as we can find out, we're getting the Vulture, played by one of the guys from Stranger Things, I want to say, is playing the voice of him. Not one of the kids, one of the older kid. I think it's like Will's brother is playing the voice of the Vulture. I think I might be wrong on that one, but I think that's what I heard. And then the other villain is, so far that we know about, is the Spot. The Spot is so fucking brutal. I'm so excited if we get the Spot as a villain. Like, few and far between do any Spider-Man fans know who the Spot is, but he's fucking dope. And then I also heard a rumor, and this is a weird one, that, you know how during the trial Johnny Depp said that he wouldn't return to Disney for $300 million? Supposedly, they offered him $301 million for a multi-movie deal. So, you wouldn't return for 300? Well, maybe 301. Like, that's bold, man.
He fucking dropped you like a bad habit.
Yeah, I really hope he tells him, get fucked. But $300 million is nothing to scoff at.
His expenses just to live are insane.
Mm-hmm.
All his houses and shit.
Mm-hmm. I gotta get into Stranger Things. Never picked that up right away. I liked season 1. I dropped it during season 2. I don't know if I'd ever pick it back up.
Yeah, I think. How many are there now?
I think we're currently in season 4. Yeah.
I know I watched 3, but 1 was awesome, and then 2 was okay, and then 3 was just it starts sliding down that hill.
Mm-hmm. I like Wolfhard, but I don't like anybody else. The character who plays the sheriff, I like him.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder, take it or leave it. But none of the other. What's that? Yeah, you're fine. None of the other kids really appeal to me to like watch, and I really don't like what's her face.
The main
11. I don't like her as a role. She's fine, but I don't like her, the actress who plays her. I know it's weird to hate a child actor. I just hate her. Is it okay to hate child actors?
She's 18 now.
Oh, well, still, yeah, but she had it when she was a kid, so fuck it. It's like if I say I hated fucking Ricky Schroeder when he was Silver Spoons, or fucking Carlton before he was, or when he was still in Silver Spoons, that'd be like, oh, I hate that kid. But Carlton, Like I've liked Alonzo Rivero for so long. He is such a great fucking actor slash dancer slash singer. He's at a young age he was considered what's called a triple threat because he could sing, dance, act, comedy, drama, the whole works. Like so good. I think he should, if he's not going to do on screen, I think he should go to like Broadway and do that because I think he'd make a killing doing it. We were going to take my mom to the Back to the 50s this Sunday because it's Back to the 50s. It's Father's Day. It's my father loved classic cars. We built classic cars in our garage all the time and worked on a lot of really awesome ones too. I got to work on 2 of Jay Leno's cars when my dad was a mechanic, and but it's gonna be like over 100 degrees at the fairgrounds this Sunday, so I was like, can we just not? I'll just cook at home. I'm like, sure, if you want, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just gonna be gross this whole week.
Well, I guess Sarah was talking about like today is gonna be ugly, but then it's gonna retreat back to like 70s again.
Yeah, tomorrow will be 77.
Yeah.
With some rain, maybe.
Which means I'm gonna be fucking loading up that pod as much as I can tomorrow, because if it's gonna be sucky this I don't know what it is Friday, but if it's gonna be sucky Friday, I want to try to get as much done before then as I can.
Start moving at like 6 o'clock.
What, on Friday?
Tomorrow.
Oh. Alright, white teeth donezo for the day. I'm gonna see if the wife will let me have Jersey Mike's tonight for dinner.
I don't like their bread.
You don't?
No.
Oh man, I love it.
You know, I had it one time years ago, so maybe it's bread.
Yeah, I can't eat Subway. I think it's disgusting.
No, I hate Subway.
There's not really any other sub places.
Pot Belly or Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's gonna fucking burn in hell. I'll never eat Jimmy John's ever again. Got food poisoning from there 3 times. And then I found out that the CEO is a fucking trophy hunter.
Yeah.
He like kills like giraffes and shit. With a high-powered rifle from half a mile away,
Yeah.
the giraffe doesn't even know you're fucking there.
They're like a fucking predator or anything.
Yeah, they're not a predator. They literally, all they serve is food for other fucking animals. There's no sport in killing them. None. Hey, let's go trash. Like, it's kind of crazy. You can't bring fish or bugs or whatever from another country over here because it can fuck up the ecosystem. But you can go over there and fucking murder the ecosystem. Fucking make it make sense. All right, not bad. 2.5 hours. Crazy. 240, but I'm just gonna say 2.5. It's a lot easier on my calculator skills then. Let's sit on there for just a moment. I'm gonna stretch. All right, boys and girls, you love the color in this one? Good. Oh, give me 1 second. I gotta stretch my legs. Oh, I'm old. I'm really old. Old and I'm fat. Gotta get back on my diet. I should have to. Oh man. Don't get old, don't get fat. Okay, guys? Fucking just don't do it. It's not worth it.
Well, that's enough to get back into normal blood pressure range without medication.
I know my blood pressure and my cholesterol is probably fucking fucked. Pre-diabetic. Probably close to... I'm probably 150 pounds overweight right now. So I think my size, when I'm about 185 to 200, I'm in a good range. And I'm 350 right now. So I'm in a bad range. It's not good. There's a tattoo artist that I looked up to a long time ago. I still look up to him a little bit here and there, but I heard that he was in bad health because of his weight, and I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get there. That's like, I can't do it. He's actually in better shape than I am right now. Like, he did a really good job of getting in better shape. Just sucks because like I want to be in better shape, but I like food. I fucking love food.
You skip breakfast, that's all I do.
Huh?
Just skip breakfast.
See, I like breakfast though, but I don't even eat anything that's bad for me for breakfast.
It's just not eating anything though.
Yeah, like intermittent fasting kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I don't eat from 8 to noon.
Yeah, it's my friend Gabe. He's only allowed a 4-hour window each day to eat.
Yeah, you get the crazier or the like OMAD 1 meal a day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's the only thing I'd ever maybe lose weight.
Well, that's Terry Crews. That's what he does too. He's allowed to eat from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and that's it.
Yeah.
Each day. 16 hours on. Fucking 4 hours, or like I think it's like 20 and then 4 or something like that.
For me, the big thing is snacking late at night.
I can see that being a bad thing.
Keeps it.
All right. What do you think there, Batman? You want to check it out in the mirror? I'm gonna wrap you up. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot more. It felt incomplete. It felt like this wasn't enough.
Right.
Especially once you get all the rest of it done and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it needs something to bring it all together.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some like right here above that ball, over in that little alcove between the lightning and the dragon. I'm gonna put some of that like that yellow like Kaioken kind of like fucking are saying stuff. I'm gonna do it back here as well, and I'm gonna do it at the very top. We're gonna add a couple more balls. We don't need to add too much more dragon. If you want to, we can add like little hints of him, but I don't think he really like. It'll look like his tail is cycling behind. That's kind of the reason I did it the way I did. And then we can add a couple more balls and then the yellow. That way we don't have to add like little hints of green here and there. People will be like, "What the hell's the green?" They won't trace it because they won't see a full body of it. Yeah. So if we just do little like maybe background hints of green, sure, like as like a background color, might be able to like cover up some of the stuff between like Gohan and Vegeta, that like little red spot. Maybe able to cover that up with some green and then some yellows here and there in order to clean it all up and finish it. Cool. So then down, we'll wrap you up. I got a little plastic instead of stickers because you weep so much.
It's just a puddle by the time I get home.
Funny that's your mother on a Friday night. I think one of my favorite parts of Shorzy is when he's the fucking referee for the high school kids, and he's just destroying them. Like, I wonder how many takes it took.
And try not to, when the kid's not trying to laugh at everything he's trying to stop doing.
If you watch the scorekeeper in the box behind him is dying. Like, and he probably couldn't keep it fucking straight. I mean, I don't think, if I was in that room, there's no way. None. There's nothing that would make me be able to keep a straight face during the filming of that show. Have you ever seen any of the outtakes on YouTube?
Yeah.
They're so funny. Like, the one where Riley and Jonesy are high on Ritz, and like they're talking about what they should be doing in order to like fucking work out better. That is, they're like, we should be doing. He's like, you gotta actually finish the sentence. Oh man, I think I'm gonna rewatch Shorzy tonight. Just put it back on because it's been a couple weeks since we watched it, you know. So why not watch it again?
I finished the show of it as soon as it came out.
Yep. Like I said, we watched it first day, and I'm like, damn it, why is there only 6 episodes? Try not to catch any armpit hair in that one, because that would make for some fun pulling right there. Push your arm down at your side. There you go. Just wanted to give you some slack. All right, about 4 hours, then you can take it off. All right, boys and girls, I'm out of here. Well, thank you very much for the love and appreciation. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing Rize from Tokyo Ghoul around noon Central. And then on Thursday, I will be doing Makima from Chainsaw Man at about 6 p.m. Central. So if you're around, awesome. Thank you very much for being here. If you can't be here, hopefully the next one. Subscribe if you like it, and I'll see you soon. See you later. Have a wonderful day. And as always, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye.